Hi, welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Corner, and this is your host, Spider Slayer. Today I'm bringing you another one of my fun favorite issues of The Walking Dead, issue number 89. I'm sure some of you have seen my teaser about issue number 89. But before we do this walkthrough and review, the reason why I do this is because a lot of us like to read comic books, and there are hundreds of titles out there. I try to read as many as I can and do a walkthrough and a review to help you guys make a decision on which comics you would like to buy. And if you can't afford that comic, well, hopefully the walkthrough gets you an idea of what's going on in your favorite comic books. So with that being said, we will go ahead and start on issue number 89 of The Walking Dead. Again, this is my specialty. I love The Walking Dead. It's my favorite comic book. What we're going to do is we'll do a brief review for all of you who just want to have an idea of what's going on in the book and how it was written and what's going on, and then we'll do the full walkthrough. Okay, so with that being said, everybody knows who reads The Walking Dead. It is written by Robert Kirkman, and the art is done by Charlie Adlard, and the art is very well done. It's been very consistent in the book. And for all of you who don't read The Walking Dead, it is a black and white book. In our last issue, we basically see that Carl comes out of his coma. And Rick is basically, he has broken down. He's kind of lost it a little bit. He feels now that, what good is having his son around if he can't be his true self. The team is looking for supplies, and there is some kind of threat going on against the team. They're basically rebelling against Rick and the group. That's the basic plot line of this story. However, it's not boring. It's pretty, it has a lot of action in it with the characters, and the character development constantly grows in this book. There hasn't been too much action going on in the past, but still the story is very, very good, and it continues to be good. I'm very anxiously waiting to see what happens because the last page is pretty cool. And for all you people who don't want to see the walkthrough, I'm going to show you now a few clips of the book, so at least you have something to look at. The rating on this issue is, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I always give these issues high grades just because I think it's my favorite book. The reason why I don't give it a 5 is because I'm waiting for more to happen. But again, it's a 4.5 out of 5. So with that being said, that's the brief review that I give it. I'm going to leave you guys who don't want to watch the whole walkthrough some clips of the comic, and then we're going to get started with the walkthrough. Okay? So with that being said, that is it. Thank you for watching, and get ready for the walkthrough, everybody. All right. For everyone who stayed with me to do the walkthrough, I hope you enjoyed those clips, and then I hope everyone who dropped off there, I hope you enjoyed those clips also, and you read the book and you enjoy it. But now we're going to do the walkthrough. So let's get started. Okay, first page. We'll continue off basically of what's going on in the last issue. There's a rebellion going against a group against Rick and everybody else, and it basically starts off with Nicholas, who's the leader of this group, and Spencer, who was Andrea's, ex-lover there for a little while, and then Olivia. And basically they're sitting here, and you can see that they're talking. Nicholas is the guy right here, and he's expressing everything that's going on. and he's saying that we should take them out, and they're here to kill us, and they'll be the first ones to destroy us. All of a sudden, they can run the whole community. And as this conversation is going on, boom! Look who shows up. Yep, that's who it is. That's Glenn. Glenn is right there. Glenn is in the thick of things. He hears the whole plot, and he's like, yo guys, dude, I wasn't here. So he wants to walk away. All of a sudden, Nicholas gets all pissed off, and he's just like, it wasn't going down like this. The next thing we see is the scene ends, and we go over, and Rick is basically crying. He's crying in the corner. He's just all upset, about his son coming out of the coma, how he has grown so strong and seen things so differently, that he's not the same little boy. And basically, Andrea is assuring him that everything will be okay, that he's still, your son, and he wants to show that, show his dad that he's strong just like him. So after some positive reinforcement and some more talking, I don't want to give away the entire issue, we go back over to Glenn and Nicholas arguing about, what's going on. And they're sitting here talking about, how they've gotten so many people killed, and all of a sudden, Glenn feels threatened about the whole situation, and he pulls out a gun. So you can see right here, there's the gun, and Nicholas is over here, and he's just like, oh shit, here we go. We're getting smackdown on right now. Then all of a sudden, we see, and bam! Punches Glenn right in the freaking mouth. He gets knocked out. You can see that there's more fighting going on. All of a sudden, Olivia's like, oh, he was just scared. And he's like, back off, bitch! And then all of a sudden, he goes, he should be scared. He goes, they all should. And then all of a sudden, you see Glenn's here. You see his bloody face right here. And he's gonna pull out the gun. Next thing you know, he's got the gun right here, right to his head, right there. Gonna take it out. Next thing we see is boom! Glenn punches the guy right in the freaking balls. How awesome is that? Takes off running, and he's like, Nicholas like, oh man, that hurts. Next thing we see is that the group is getting all kinds of supplies. They're trying to find some. Basically, the area has been picked clean, and they're going to about move on their ways and get back home. But before that, we come into a little zombie encounter. It's always nice to see every once in a while. We haven't seen any zombies really in a while. So we see the zombie chick coming through, and we see that these guys, they act like it's nothing these days. They just pick them off when they come. You can see here that there's some good artwork here, and Rick slices the zombie chick's head off, and it's going flying over here. That's always nice to see. And Abraham's just, doing the old casual thing with the gun, and going, the head comes popping off of there. And so now they're starting to head back down to camp. Next thing we see is Glenn's like, Maggie, go take Sophia, take her upstairs. I'll talk about it later. And the next thing we knew is he gets a gun, and they go upstairs, and he's like, I don't have time to talk. Then Nicholas goes, you think you're fucking safe in there, motherfucker? He's like, just come on out. And then the rest of the group is sitting here going, it doesn't have to be like this. He goes, am I the only one that's seeing clear around here? He's like, don't you understand that Rick is trying to take us over? And he's like, and they're all crazy. He's like, let's go in the house before I take out the whole freaking family. Then all of a sudden, Glenn comes out, and you can see Glenn right there. And he's like, get away from my house. And they start pointing guns at each other right there. And the next thing we know is all of a sudden we see Rick got balls again. Answers now. And then all of a sudden, Nicholas is like, I'm taking this place back. And you can see you're taking back the community? Really? And the next thing we see, Andrea, sharpshooter, Abraham, the badass. Michonne, the master of the swords. And then Glenn, the little patriarch who goes out and gets everything. And he's all pissed off. And Rick says, from all these guys, and then the final page, he goes, from me, right there. He points the gun right at him. He says, from me. And he goes, do you have any fucking idea who you're talking to? Boom. That is it. That is your walkthrough. You guys leave comments. Please subscribe to my channel whenever you can. I appreciate you watching. I hope you go out and buy this issue if you can. And I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough again. Again, please subscribe, be my friend, do whatever you want. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. And until the next review, keep real, everyone. See ya.